Hey, good morning. I decided to come out and get a quick walk in at my favorite park. It is such a beautiful morning. There's no one here yet. It's only like 7 o'clock. The sun's just come up, and I'm really thinking today's going to be a pretty nice day. Join me for a little walk.
As the sunrise paints the sky anew, I look in the mirror, it's a different view. Lines on my face tell stories untold. I'm older now, but my heart's turning bold. Years have passed like whispers in the breeze. I've weathered the storms, found my inner ease. With every challenge that I've left behind, I rise from the ashes, the stars realign.
As I'm walking through this beautiful park today, I'm taking a little break and I am so reminded of something powerful. Growing older isn't about slowing down, it's about waking up. I'm 69 years old, and this channel, Growing Older, Living Bolder, it's my way of sharing what I've learned about stepping into purpose in our later years. We still have so much left to live, and it's our time to claim it. I'm going to talk to you about my family and share with you some of the good things in my life and how I found purpose. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about purpose also. Instead of focusing on where we came from today, why don't we talk about where we're still going and how purpose becomes clearer, stronger, and even more meaningful as we age? So I want to talk to you about 5 pillars of purpose, and we're going to elaborate on those a little bit. Start with number 1, rediscovering yourself. So as we get older, we finally have the space to ask, who am I now? Not who were we with our families or our jobs or our responsibilities, but the person that's emerging now. This rediscovery is the foundation of living boldly. As I discover purpose in my own life, there are so many ways that I share with my family. I can say that I've really rediscovered myself in retirement and these later years, and it's made my family life so much happier, and there's so much joy that I found. So number 2, reclaiming your confidence. Got a bird going by. Many of us, we spent decades doubting ourselves or staying small. Purpose begins when we decide that we're worthy of growth, adventure, and new beginnings, no matter our age. Number 3, choosing joy intentionally. I love this one because I do it every day. Joy, it isn't something that just happens. It's something that we choose through small daily rituals, through gratitude, through movement, nature, and connection. Just walking through this park with a cup of my coffee in the morning can be a moment of joy if we let it. Number 4, let's talk about creating meaningful impact in the world. I try every day to make a difference. And purpose, it expands when we give back. We can share wisdom. I enjoy this with my grandchildren. I love supporting others. I like being a source of mentoring young people. I choose to volunteer my time as much as I can, or I even volunteer with my family, taking the kids here and there and just being helpful to the family. Volunteering, or even just simply being present in the moment, these are all powerful contributions that only grow richer with age. And finally, we get to number 5. Stepping out of the shadows was a hard one for me. That was my hardest thing, because for years I lived in the shadows, especially in my adolescence and young adulthood. It took many years to come out of that. and I feel like I'm in a good place in my life now. So many of us, we spent years feeling unseen or unsure. And purpose, it's about stepping forward, taking up space, and allowing ourselves to shine. This really is our time, not to fade, but to rise. So I'm going to continue my walk and I'll tell you some more stories. And I'm thinking about how much life is still ahead of us, and we are not done, not even close. This is our season to grow bolder, to discover who we are still, and to live with intention and joy and make the best out of every single day. So I needed a little break. Been walking around the park for a while, and this is a pretty little spot, good as any to take a break. So I thought maybe I'll tell you a little bit more about my family, Kevin. But I have 3 grown children, and they're all late 30s, mid 40s, and they all have kids. And I'm so blessed to have 8 grandchildren. And lucky for me, they're all here in the same area where we live, and I do get to see them quite often. And yesterday was one of those days where we all got together over at my house and just had a nice time. My son came over and he brought his 3 children. I have trouble saying 3. I keep saying his 2 kids, but he has a new baby and he has this other little girl that she's 2, and she is so cute and she's learning to talk, and I just love having her walk up to us and see my son. His eyes just get real big and his smile on his face, and he looks at me yesterday and he goes, "Mom, isn't she just so cute?" And I'm like, oh, I love. She is. And see my son so happy. There's nothing better than that. And he's such a sweet and loving little boy. He loves his new sister like you would not believe. I have an older daughter. She's my oldest. And she has 2 children and she's married. And her husband, he's a firefighter. And their life is super hectic. When you're a firefighter and you're gone to work, your home and your family life, it ceases to exist while you're gone. It's tough because she's involving these kids and things and having to do it all herself. So her kids are getting older. That's my oldest grandson. And like I say, he is 16 and he's going to be driving very soon. And my other granddaughter, she's 13 and she's going to be turning 14. And so she's a little teenager now and the sweetest kid on earth. I just love her to death. She's so fun. She loves cooking and she likes making sweets and desserts. And she's got her favorite thing she loves to cook, and she's actually really good at it. And she likes to cook with me, so I'm really lucky there. We have such good times. But right now she is in Indianapolis or the outskirts because they have a USA national flag football conference playoff tournament that she's involved with, and her mom's there. So they are having a great time and she's doing really well. She has managed to make it to the final round, which is being played right now, and I'm dying to hear how she's done. So probably as soon as I go home, I'm probably going to know because they are 3 hours ahead. So I'm enjoying her, and as she's getting older, she's so fun. And my grandson that's driving, he is now playing high school baseball, and he actually was playing in his first year, he was playing football. He's a really great receiver, and he also was the kicker, and he also subbed as quarterback. I kid him about the fact that there was a time that he did a kickoff and the other team got the ball and he was just kind of getting ready to walk off field, and the play was still going, and the ball managed to get beyond every single player. And as he's walking towards the line, he tackles the kid because he was the last one on the line and no one else tackled the kid. It was crazy. It was funny. So I kid him and I tell him, "So you're the kid that kicks the ball, then you run around and you catch the ball, and then you also are the kid that tackles the kid. So, yeah, he's pretty good at it. And he's not a real big kid. He's super tall, but he's very slender. He doesn't have the weight behind him to be any kind of a defensive player much because of that. I think he said the other day that he was up to 180 pounds, and it's like, I don't know where, because he's got like a 32-inch waist, but he's a great kid. And he decided this year, he's starting his sophomore year, that he is actually going to go ahead and focus mostly on baseball. So he is going to be playing on the varsity baseball team, and we'll see how that goes for him. He's got a lot of competition being a sophomore on that team. When you're at that age, you've got the seniors and you've got your juniors that are probably going to play a lot because it's their last years, and it's a whole nother level baseball when you're up to that it's a whole nother level of baseball when you're up to that varsity level. But he does really well. He has a lot of encouragement at home, and he goes through the motions and he goes through the work. I can tell you the kid is nonstop baseball, from practice in the morning to late at night and tournaments on the weekends, and going to North Carolina like he's getting ready to take off pretty soon and go play on this club team that he's on. And the kid is amazing because he never gets tired of it. So he truly loves it. So I can't wait to see what his future holds. So my middle daughter has a middle daughter, and she is the sweetest. She is such a loving child. And this is the kid that if she gets $5 in her pocket, she's the one that she's going to go out there and go to the store and she's going to pick something out for her sister, not for her. That's the kind of kid she is. She is the most loving child. I can tell you it didn't start out that way, though. She was one of those kids that had to be in a carrier on her mom's chest until she was like 4 years old. And then finally she was so big that she had to put her on her back. She had a carrier for her back, and she just loved to be close. She did not sleep well at night. The poor kid would wake up and she just really had issues with sleeping. And so she's grown into this beautiful little girl, and she's so sweet, and I just love her to death because she just cares about everyone else. She would literally do anything for them. And same with her mom. It's so nice. Her mom will say, hey, will you go do this? My granddaughter, she will get up and she will just go and do whatever it is her mom asked her to do or her dad asked her to do. My daughter and my son-in-law, they're both very kind people. Cora is the most polar opposite of her sister, and she is the most wonderful little kid. She's the most selfless little girl. She's incredibly kind. She's so loving, and this little girl never has a bad word to say to her parents or about anyone. And I just really enjoy her company. She recently had a little accident where she fell down and she hurt her teeth. And so we're all saying prayers that she's not going to lose those front teeth, but I really believe that she's going to be fine. So we've been through things like this before. So for all of my listeners out there, say a prayer for Cora, because it's her two front teeth that are in question right now. She accidentally fell down at a swimming pool on some rocks, and it's been tough for her the last 3 weeks. But she's an incredible little soccer player. She is at a tournament today with her mom and dad, and she actually got a goal, I think, yesterday too. I didn't get to go to that game. I can't wait to see what's ahead for Cora's future. She's an amazing little girl. So my middle daughter, she's a great kid. She's married and she has a wonderful husband. And they originally, when they first got married, they had to move to Seattle for his job. And they were up there for quite a while. And when she started having kids, every 6 weeks, I had to go up there and see my grandbabies because I was never going to let them grow up and not know their grandma. So I would go up there and spend like 5 days with her every 6 weeks or so. And it was really fun. But I am so thankful that they were able to make the change where his work would allow him to work in California. So they moved back and they're 13 miles away. And I get to be a part of my grandkids now. I get to do anything I want. I get to go to every game I want. I get to go over and have dinners there and swim with them. And I get to spend the evenings with them when their parents go out. So I am truly loving it. She has wonderful kids. She has an older daughter who loves to read, and this kid is so incredibly smart. We cannot even have a book list, a top 100 list, because she's read more than 100 books, and she can't even find any children's books to read anymore. So she's into reading adult level books right now that are appropriate, of course, for her age. And there are a lot of those kind of books out there. I must admit, this kid, she read the entire Harry Potter series. And I can say, I'm embarrassed to say, but I have never read that yet. All of my kids, well, I should say two of my kids, they really were into Harry Potter and they read all those books. But her daughter, she's been saving these books until she was older. She didn't quite make it too long because she's already read the entire series, and then she's moved on to some of the Tolkien books. She's read The Hobbit. She has read all of the Lord of the Rings books, and she just finished the Hunger Games book. It's like, I didn't even know there was a book about that, but I shouldn't say that because there probably was, and I didn't even realize it. I did go see the movie years ago, and I hated the movie, so I would never have read the book, but apparently she really liked the book. So she's on to bigger and better things now. I'm not even sure what she's reading this week because she reads a book in 2 or 3 days. And it has to be a physical book. She goes to the library. She has to hold that book. She has to skim through it and read the pages. And that's her thing. I was lucky enough to get to take Sierra to her game yesterday, and that was amazing. I got to have her all to myself until the afternoon hours, and Sierra and I just got to really have that alone time that I cherish. And the family ended up getting together after that, and it was a wonderful little afternoon for us. I have a middle daughter. She's got 3 kids of her own. I was talking to you a little bit about her littlest one. She is 6 going on 16. The kid, she's crazy. She's the one that had to have her ears pierced, and can't believe my daughter did it because she always said, I'm not going to take care of those. But this little one, she takes care of it herself and she loves it. And she's the kid who used to wear her great grandma's earrings around. Her other grandma had given her these earrings when she was about 2 years old. And for 2 years, the kid wore those earrings around and never lost them. You think a kid 2 years old can be responsible for jewelry, real jewelry? And yes, she was, and she is. And it's a kid that I used to babysit her when she was 2 years old for her mom to go to work. And she used to work at the school of my other two granddaughters. And it was the most wonderful time because we would do things that we just enjoyed doing. And she just loves life. I mean, this kid has a memory like you would not believe. You can give the kid something like, I put a sticker on one of my coffee cups back in the days when I used to watch her when she was like 2 years old. And the sticker's still on my cup. And every time she sees it, she goes, oh, Grandma, do you remember that day we were dancing and I was doing a ballet show for you and we put that pretty mermaid sticker on there. I will never forget that. Yeah, those were good times. In fact, those are the times I miss because now she goes to school and I don't get to go over there once a week anymore. Don't make me cry. That was such a good time taking care of her, where I got to go over there every Wednesday and I got to just spend the day with her and enjoy her while her mom was working at the school where the others were. And great memories, great times. My son has a son, and he's a sweet little boy. I know everybody says their grandkids, oh, they're smart, but this kid, he is something else. I know his mom spends tons of time with him. She works with him, and he's 4 years old, and he is already well beyond his years. So our little Owen son, he's 4 years old. He's a little character, and he loves his daddy and his mommy so much. And he's a real good kid. And I think he's going to be good at sports. I really hope that he's good at soccer because my son loves soccer. He was a World Cup fan. He watched all the games and he had his little boy watch it with him. And my grandson just eats it up. And he signed him up for soccer last year. And they call it mommy and daddy soccer because they got to have the mommy and daddies out there running around with them. So they don't really learn too much at that age. We're hoping he's going to be really good at it and excel because dad really loves soccer. And I think he'll be good at it. I know my son never liked baseball, and I was so surprised when he signed his little boy up for t-ball. My son did not like t-ball. And my son now has 3 children. He has the new baby and he has a middle little girl, and she's so cute. She came out to the pool last night and she says, Grandma, I gotta tell you something. And she says it in her little language, Grandma, can we go see the chickens? The chicken? And I said, how could I say no to that? So take her out there, go see the chickens. She's got to feed the chickens. And it was wonderful. She's such a cute little kid. And I saw a picture the other day. She is now taking ballet lessons. She's taking ballet lessons at the place where my older granddaughter took years of dance there. And so she's over there at this little dance studio in her little tutu. And I think she's going to be good at it. She loves it. And so I'm hoping to get over there now that she's doing that, watch her. So I want to tell you this story about my little grandson. It's really a crack up. He's 4 years old, and his mom every night teaches him something new. And they have this globe that has all the countries on it. You push the button and it tells you the name of the country. And so he calls me the other night on FaceTime and he goes, Grandma, I want to tell you all the countries that I know around the world. And I said, okay, like thinking he might know that we live in the United States, right? Well, I think that night he was up to 33 countries that he knew. He knew Algeria. I don't know where Algeria is. So I just love how I go on these walks and my mind just, brings back all these memories. And I see this grandpa looking guy. Yeah, I think he was the grandpa. And he's with this little tiny girl. She's about 2 years old and she's on this little trainer bike and he's encouraging her, come on, you're doing great. And just flashback. I mean, I can remember not even, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, my son rolling out my grandson's old bike that used to be red. And now it's painted this beautiful frozen color of blue. That's the way I would that's the way I would describe it, is a frozen color of blue, because my granddaughter, she's 2, she's the cutest thing, and she is so obsessed with Disney characters. She loves Anna and Elsa. It's Elsa, yeah. It was an Elsa bike. And he painted this bike of my grandson's and made it hers and put these little tassely things on the handlebars. And we went out and we rode around that night. And I just thought, gosh, wasn't it just a moment ago that I was holding her in my arms, rocking her, and she was not the easiest one for me to hold because she was really a mama's girl. And to this day, she is a mama's girl. But I got my time. I got my time with her, and I'm still loving every minute of it. And I can tell you, she's warming up to me a little bit, and she's really letting me hang out with her more. But I love it. Her favorite word is always no. So as I'm walking through this park, I am thinking about yesterday. It was a crazy day because I decided to go to the beach with my daughter to take my oldest granddaughter to junior lifeguards. Yeah, she's a junior lifeguard. And it was crazy yesterday. There was what they call a red flag warning. And these kids, they were like little ants. They were all swimming out what I call swimming into danger, but they let them go out there. They had plenty of lifeguards to watch them, and it was a great moment for her, a real confidence builder. So she made it out in these 8-foot breaking waves, and she swam out to the edge of the pier, around a buoy and back to shore. Then they did a run along the sand. They did this run along the sand, and then at the end of it all, they ran down the pier and they jumped off the pier. And she not only did it once, she did it 3 times. So I think I picked the best day to go, and I just am so amazed at her. She's so sure of herself, and she has so much confidence, and she's such a fit kid, and she works so incredibly hard. It's really amazing for me to watch this, because I look back at my own life and say, why couldn't I have been like that? But I finally realized this is my time. I'm going to do my best now. I'm going to enjoy the moments like that and spend every day I can cherishing my grandkids and the things that I love. And I am going to find all the purpose in my life that needed to be there years ago, and I have finally rediscovered. So keep watching. Oh my goodness, this park. I came to sit down over here, and the leaves behind me, I don't know if you can see them, but they're already starting to change. The seasons are changing, and it just seems like I'm so excited to see this park as it goes into fall, because it's really a beautiful place. And I hope that
the stars realign.